And as you get older, you realize that most things are a lie. Like things that you thought were legitimate and that were on the up and up. You start to see how small they actually are. No. It's not that people exercising. How crazy is that? But there's a guy that was on YouTube that was like selling like this weight loss plan to look shredded and to be fit without having to like stop eating pizza, and you don't have to work out 2 hours a day and shit like that. And he tries to make a promise that like I forgot his name. He tries to make a promise that by using like Hollywood actors as an example, that instead of like having a personal trainer and a nutritionist and like spending like 2 months of their life like getting into ultra good shape as fast as humanly possible, they use a program like this because it's a secret that Hollywood doesn't want you to know. Yeah, I know what the secret is, homeboy. The secret is you're lying to me. That's the secret. V-Shred. Yeah, that's what it is. V-Shred. Well, even with steroids, like people look at steroids and act like steroids is going to instantly make you like this fucking Adonis. Steroids don't work like that either, right? Like with steroids, you still got to put the fucking work in. Your body just doesn't feel it, like so you can work it twice as hard. Like look at all the content creators that scam people that are like in hot water right now. What about the Ace Family shit? You guys seen the Ace Family shit? Where like but like I seen this video where he was talking about Ace Fest and that he bought tickets and it was supposed to be like this Sun and Garden Fest, and he was selling tickets for like $500. They were $100 each, but you had to buy a minimum of 3 to get them at $100 each, or they were $200. You bought a single. And he discovered that they weren't actually hosting the festival. It was another festival that you could get into for like $15. And he rented like a booth or like a lot at that festival. And he was like using things in the festival itself to like sweeten his deal, like have access to free rides and stuff like that, and like complimentary parking, but they didn't actually offer complimentary parking. It kind of shows you what kind of character they are to begin with. I know people criticize me for like failing at weight loss. I at least fucking tried, man. Like there's never been a time I took money and didn't try to do what I was said to do with the money. Straight like scamming people for cryptocurrency, or like selling vacation packages, or pretending to put on like a carnival when I'm not actually putting on a carnival, and selling tickets, buying tickets for $15 and selling them for $500. Like that's just being just fucking honest. Like to me, that almost feels borderline criminal. I was doing walks and exercises too. I was trying to keep down with 5,000 steps a day. I was doing what I needed to do. Eventually, my brain just got to me, and I fell back into old habits. I still can't eat much. The consequences of reality. See, my consequences aren't really that bad, dude. Like for the most part, I said a lot of stupid shit on a podcast, and I've been fat. That's the vast majority of my problem. Like I'm not a pedophile. I don't beat my wife. I don't mistreat my animals. I don't do any of that mess. I'm toxic sometimes. Get out in the real world, dude. Because like I like playing Rainbow, and I'd love to play Rainbow right now, but like it's really frustrating to want to play well and practice and use characters and be coordinated, and just then every game just comes down to you getting team killed. I do like me some Cookout though. Like Cookout, you go to Cookout. Cookout has some of the best burgers for like fast food, and their tea is chef's kiss. God, their tea is so good. Get 2 corn dogs, a tea, fucking set. Supposed to go do the video for the Wagyu burger today. Can you DoorDash me some Chick-fil-A? Sure. Send me a root beer. Chick-fil-A is overrated as fuck. I like Chick-fil-A's. I like Chick-fil-A's drinks, but like I'll agree with you that Chick-fil-A like the chicken sandwiches aren't that great. Like honestly, Popeyes and Wendy's have better chicken sandwiches.
My husband has lost his mind.
I can't. The Chick-fil-A over Miss Chick-fil-A points over here. Does not agree with me.
No, I do not.
I got pizza and all, and that's what we had yesterday. Gambling. I had a little bit of I can't say I had salmonella poisoning yesterday because it didn't really stick or last. I felt real vomity yesterday and with headache. And wife woke up and we ate a peanut butter sandwich the night before. And the bottle of Jif has like a salmonella recall on it. I think we got a little bit of that. 2 sockets. I just wasn't in a good mood yesterday, and then I was getting team killed, and it is what it is. I don't want to talk about how Fallout 4 saved my life on stream because it breaks YouTube rules of conduct. No, it doesn't involve racism. It involves me being unhappy with myself. Life's not that serious. Wings, what do you react to message below mine but not mine? I mean, what do you want me to react to? You're asking me that question. If you're going through a breakup, shouting somebody out is not going to make you feel better, dude. Metallurgy bachelor's degree. Thank you, dude. I was going for a BA metallurgy, but then the housing recession happened. Memberships are weird. Let me go look at them real quick. Like right here is like 44 members. We gained 45 last day, but there's 10 cancellations. Like I don't know how this is actually. I don't know how this is factored in. Got 44 members and 45 in the last day, but it says 10 have canceled. So like, does that mean that 10 of the 44 are not renewing? I don't know. Hey Samuel, you please shout out? No, dude, I'm not shouting nobody out. I don't know who that is. Usually it's people trying to get me to shout out somebody that's very bad. I don't. I mean, like right now, I was trying to stop myself from like trying to figure out the number because it says I made up $145 off of 45 memberships. I'm trying to figure out the money in my head what that is. Like the reason I don't do more react streams is everybody wants me to be like Fed Smoker. Like I know who that is. That's a dude that just like cusses at cops, and like people want me to do like aggressive shit like that. I'm like, I'm not into that. I'm not into that. I don't know what it is, but like watching, even if a cop's in the wrong and watching videos of like cops fuck with people, it makes me anxious and it makes me sad, makes me dislike things more. Like I try not to watch those type of videos. Like the whole like sovereign citizen bullshit and all that other mess. Like I just don't want to see that. It messes with my mental health because there's a lot of people that can't take care of themselves without somebody there to watch over them. There's some cops that watch over people. I mean, as a whole, I think cops as a whole needs to change from the ground up. But the idea is solid. I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to law enforcement. What did I say that was wrong about law enforcement just now? Especially when I didn't say anything about any changes yet. No, I have not we ain't hit $100 yet. We're still $25 off. Trolls don't hang around Diablo streams. Let's be real here. Couple ideas, but for example, I think cops like job relegation should be changed. Let's give an example where you might need a cop in their current fashion act. Domestic abuse, right? You have a husband beating his wife. He's going into a hostile situation. You're probably going to want a dude that has, some type of firearm, some type of less than lethal ability, pepper spray, that kind of stuff. Going into that situation and like getting the woman or the guy out of that, whoever might be domestically abused, right? There's a chance that there's a physical confrontation that might happen. Need a cop for that situation. Where you might not need a cop is a problem where he said, she said, you stole my camera. Might not need a cop for that. Mental health checkups. Probably don't need cops for mental health checkups. Having somebody with no mental health training show up with a gun and a badge generally makes things worse. Why not, instead of having cops do that, have them have a whole nother group come in and do mental health checkups or welfare checks or whatever it might be. And then if something gets violent, you can call in the cops, because most part that's a waste of cops' time. And like I said, I'm coming off the cuff here, but any job that requires just a cop filing a report, be it like, for example, like hitting a deer on the side of the road. When I hit my deer, I had to have a highway patrol come out and document that I hit the deer. Why does a cop need to do that? Why does that need a cop to come do that? Right? That's just an extra part of their job that takes them away from other aspects of their job. That could be a DOT worker that can fill that form out, right? Just things like that, because there's a lot of things where cops do, they're just there to file reports and take down statements. That can be a whole nother group. That can change too. I mean, like this other agency could just be at the same level as a police report. I mean, they could be a variation of the police, but not actual police officers, right? You don't need a gun and a badge to go to somebody that got into a wreck. These people got in a fender bender. They're squabbling. You have somebody come out there that takes the notes, takes pictures and things like that, and just sends it to the insurance. You call the cops for hitting a deer, you have to, because your insurance requires a police report before they pay out. Honestly, if a police investigation has to happen, what they should do, there should be a group that's run state by state that comes through just like OSHA does. Like, look at factories, for example. Factories are not allowed to investigate themselves on safety hazards. So if there's a big accident at a factory, OSHA comes in and does the investigation. There should be an OSHA for like law enforcement in general, right? Where like they come in, they look at it, and then they divvy out the punishments, not the people that are. I mean, it could be the FBI, but the FBI is kind of like got the same skin in the game as like the cops do. Like the cops and FBI are pretty buddy. At least they are here. Like I look at it like this. Like, does anybody here know who is on the MPAA board? I mean, honestly, I'm at the place I want to be. Like, as much as I down South Carolina, I love the South Carolina atmosphere. Like, I love how the humidity feels. I love the people around me. I love the southern charm that comes with South Carolina. I love trucks. I love azalea flowers. I love cookouts. I love, styrofoam cups and sweet tea. Like, it's just what I was brought up for. Like, I'm very much love the southern accent and dialect. There's just certain things about where I live I dislike. Like, I dislike how uneducated a lot of people are in South Carolina. I dislike, some of the trends that come in the South, like the whole Carolina squat thing. But that doesn't mean I hate where I live at. Racism lives everywhere, dude. It's just synonymous with the South. And it's not like you see racism out and about anymore. You don't go to the store and see somebody just sitting there being racist. That doesn't happen. We live in a world of subliminal bigotry now. Like, out front racists just don't exist hardly anymore, unless they're like on a podcast or like they're doing something where they feel safe. It's a ridiculous statement to say that racism exists everywhere. How so? I don't leave the house. Do you follow me everywhere I go? I left the house yesterday. I mean, I went and got Domino's pizza. Left the house the other day. I mean, like, I used to DoorDash every day of the week. I see the outside world, man. And as much 62 IQ as you think I have, I'm not learning disabled. I enjoy learning. I pick up on things pretty quickly. I'm not on the spectrum. I have no level of learning disability. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying it doesn't happen out in public hardly anymore. I've seen racism in public, but like, to pretend like everywhere you see it, it just happens. It doesn't. Hey, Kelly, come here for a second if you get a chance. Generally, racism only exists in areas or situations where people feel like they're safe to be racist. Like in a group. Like, if you have 4 people being racist at the same time, you're more likely to get a 5th person trying to be racist in that instance. Like, somebody being individually racist generally won't happen. I mean, it does happen, but generally, as a whole, it doesn't happen. Like, you'll see videos on YouTube where like some old woman just randomly be's racist in the grocery store, and that's because she feels safe. The reason she feels safe is she doesn't feel like anybody's going to hurt her because of the local police department, right? I'm saying that the out front racist, the guy in the trucker hat with a wife beater that spits tobacco in your foot, I am a racist to a point. That guy's rare. I am a racist to a point. Most people do their racism subliminally. I am a racist to a point. What's the term? Dog whistles? I am a racist to a point. Fucking why can't you just go marry an 8 foot tall worth $100 million like a basketball player if she's going to fuck? We're not saying racism isn't a thing. At no point did I say, oh, there is no racism. I said racism is more of a subliminal act. Like, you're going to find more people get what I'm saying. You're trying to be hard for no reason. You're trying to be nitpicky. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are racist in their private conversations. Call of Duty is not public. All right. Call of Duty is something you do in the privacy of your own home. And like I said, it's about feeling safe. That's why that's like all these trolls that follow me and try to make fun of me for being fat and call me all these horrible things. That's why they sit in these discords and just share like KKK memorabilia and shit like that. Which even then, like, I don't feel like a large portion of them are racist. I think they're doing it because they feel cool doing it. They want to be a part of a group. I'm sure some of them are racist. And I'm sure those people that are racist are in the upper echelon of the troll, like, sect. But you have a lot of other people that just got like play along with it because they want to be a part of the group. You might sound like, oh, this sounds dumb, but like this is how shit works in most of the life. See, that's just an ignorant statement right there. That's just an ignorant statement. You're trying to say low tier God supports the Ku Klux Klan and he's black. No, he doesn't. He might have said something like that for shock value, but he doesn't. What you gotta understand first and foremost is low tier God's an entertainer. His job is to be an entertainer, and how he finds something something entertaining or how he gets people to react is saying stuff with shock value. I can see how Low Tier God would say something like that. But even then, no, he doesn't. He don't believe that in his heart. Not with all the other rhetoric he said. If you believe what you're telling me right now, you're gullible. Put it out there. Man, you wrong. Like, LTG is entertaining. It might not be for you, but the same reason, like, this is why people have preferences. Like, I think Tekashi 6ix9ine or Tashi, where the fuck his name is, 6ix9ine, like, he's one of my favorite music artists. I love how amped his songs get you. And I don't even give a fuck if he's lying to me. His songs get you hyped.